going on, lunatics? One of the most incredible things that you possibly could imagine. If I told you 6 months ago, if I told you a year ago that the most toxic person that you would be dealing with in Luna Classic was none other than Zaradar, Tobias Anderson himself, if I told you that he was the reason that your bags were being fudded, you would have called me an idiot, because you would not have believed it, because Tobias at that point, Zaradar had at that point been the long-term growth guy. He had been the one who wasn't doing the pie in the sky repeg ideas. He was trying to build long-term growth out of Terra Luna Classic blockchain. But here's what happened. Early Luna Classic developer says the protocol is rigged by a single actor. This is the type of tuned out nonsense. I'm not saying that anybody is wrong or right. I'm saying nonsense is nonsense. Listen to me very carefully. We're in a bear market for everything not named Bitcoin still. That causes bleeding of every single altcoin, regardless of how good, bad, or indifferent or speculative that it might be, with the single exception in the last week or so, XRP. And I want you to think about that. Now, we did move along with the market. We have had some moves with the market, but this became an altcoin sort of degen play. And I think that Zaradar, Tobias Anderson himself, is so checked out of reality right now, he doesn't even understand what he's dealing with. And he thinks just because his name is on a project or because he was involved at some point, that should make it special. And I'm sorry, that's just not how it works in what we call reality. So according to Tobias, LUNC's potential to grow back to a price of $1 is unlikely compared to the likelihood of the token touching zero. He made this claim based on his belief. And remember, he got dumped on because he wanted more. He wanted more, and it wasn't worth his time. And when he didn't get what he wanted, and he got attacked by the Luna Classic army, what did he do? When the lunatic fringe came out for him, what did he do? He fought back, and he blocked people, and he showed the true character that he has or does not have. He also alleged that this actor has support from some industry juggernauts, including Binance and KuCoin, because for some reason, he thinks that Binance and KuCoin, guys, I'm not making this up. He thinks that Binance and KuCoin hates money and doesn't want to make money off of the Terra Luna Classic blockchain. Imagine being that checked out of reality. Okay, so the question here, he says maybe the question that LUNC should be asking itself is not when one, but rather when zero. And then he puts a smiley laughing face on it. Do you know why? Because he's a bitter guy, because he's not doing the work that he wanted to do before. He thought you would pay him whatever he wanted. He decided he was worth more than you thought he was worth, right? Now, he's mad. He's salty. That's what he is. Please stop asking me when the price will do X. The market is clearly rigged by a single actor, and I do not deem it feasible that this actor is operating without the help of KuCoin and Binance. Let me give you a guess. Just a guesstimate right here, okay? One person in his DMs said, hey man, not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to lure you back in, but do you have any idea? What do you think Luna Classic is going to end up doing? And now that he's not involved, he's like, it's going to zero because I don't like it anymore because they don't pay me. This is paid shill garbage, okay? And look, if you like Zaradar, if you believe that Zaradar is a good actor in the space, good for you. You're wrong, but good for you. Tobias' sentiment is hinged on the fact that Luna Classic has a limited tendency to grow irrespective of the efforts being put in. And, you know, what he's basically saying is when you come over and you look at the price action and you see that the price action, while wildly speculative, has just been coming down, right? Well, this is guys, I cannot stress this enough. This is the dumbest thing any developer who thought he had a brain has ever said. Now, I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you Pepe chart. Pepe, very less time, but I want you to see rampant speculation pump, massive pump, big correction to the downside. Okay, Luna Classic, pump, speculative pump, second massive pump back up. Now, remember, don't worry about what happened in the past. We're not dealing with what happened in the past. We're dealing with this bottom right here. From this bottom, we got that pump. Then we got a massive pump, and now we're back down to correcting. Now, I want you to look here. If I were to take this and I were to say, hey, well, let's go right here, and let's say, well, here's the speculatory portion right here, kind of about mid-range through the full one, right? So we're gonna call it about 86, right? Well, if I come over here to something like Pepe, again, purely speculative, right? We're gonna see the same thing. If I come over here to something like Ben, it's the same thing. You get a pump, then you got a massive pump, then you got this move back to the downside until there's a reason for something to happen here. Now, he thinks that the reason for something to happen here is just because, and I was the programmer, or whatever he thinks. I have no idea. But this is the standard chart for a meme coin in a space. And look, you don't have to like that it's a meme coin, but it is until it really starts to evolve into something different. The people that came in and saved that project and paid you for the time that it paid you was the DGen community. It was not a bunch of people from Terra Luna. It was not a bunch of people that were out here that lost their asses off of it, right? And you can blame whoever you want for that. It doesn't matter. What matters is this was a dead chain, slowly but surely being brought back to life. But guess what? Saitama is building a blockchain. Terrarium, who is no longer in business, was building a blockchain. There are tons of blockchains that were being built out there that don't do anything, that had developers way better than Tobias Anderson, Zaradar, attitude-wise, for sure, that are no longer even in business because it's still a bear market. So if you guys like Zaradar, it's okay. You can be wrong. You've been wrong before. But you have also watched me for a long period of time. A lot of you guys, thousands of you, tune in to see what I have to say about what's going on with Luna Classic every day. And I appreciate that, by the way. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave a comment on this video, and make sure that he sees this too. And he watches this speculative rant about why he is wrong, why he's been wrong, why he continues being wrong. And the only reason that people liked him in the beginning was because he volunteered to jump in, not because he was supremely talented, not because he did anything special. Everybody that programs is a programmer in the blockchain business. Everybody that understands the Cosmos ecosystems, everybody who understands these spaces. They understand these spaces. They don't need Zaradar out here doing it. And he's salty because of that. And now he's whining and crying to you. And you should just not tolerate it. I just blocked him on Twitter. I don't care what he has to say at this point. I don't care what he has to say going forward, because what he did was he attacked every single one of you who've been holding your bags faithfully for this period of time, waiting for something good to happen through a bear market. And I know some of you still speculate, you still trade, but listen, we're not talking about you guys. We're talking about the people who've been holding with a promise that one day this thing's going to go to a penny, a dime, a dollar, right? All of you guys, that's who he's attacking right now. That's who he's fudding. That's who he's coming out against. You know why? Because he didn't get what he want. And you know who does that? Do you know who does something like that when they don't get what they want? A baby. So baby Zaradar, grow up and show some maturity. It's not financial advice. My name is Bleez. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon.